I like my music, my old music. I like it more now than I did even before. Actually, that's how I feel about it. Like it,
Does oh, oh no, sorry, go on.
no, it's like a fun, like, I don't know. It's like the building blocks of what is now. Like it, I don't know. I really appreciate it. I didn't really. I used to think like, oh man, this is trash. Now I'm like, man, that was so good. Like, dang.
Welcome everybody to Casting for Two, the podcast, as always, hosted by me, Chris. Welcome everybody to episode number 495. Fantastic episode for you all today. Just gonna let you know there's only 2 episodes left in this year, 2022. Taking some time off, but I'll see you in 2023. But yeah, 2 more episodes left. Good episodes, ending the year on a good note. And yeah, I'm super excited. Again, castingfor2.com is where you can go and find all the socials, or find the link to listen to the podcast on all the platforms that it's on. You know, choose whichever one you want, and there you go. Today, I have a fantastic guest, a super talented writer, musician, songwriter, singer, all that. Mae Mae is on the podcast, and just such a pleasure to chat with. Just so much fun, and she has a lot of singles out right now, which if you go onto her Spotify, listen to them. They're all phenomenal. The EP, like, she's got a lot of music, so everyone go out and listen. I'm done talking because we needed to get in this episode, all right? So sit back, relax, and Mae Mae, take it away. I feel so weird because I was, like, hello. Why isn't she answering me? Hello. And then I was muted. I was like, oh.
Yeah. So I like muted myself too, and I was like, I don't know, what are we doing here?
We're just existing. That's all we're doing.
Yes.
Just hanging out. Before we really get into the thick of this chat and existing as well, May, like, what would you like me to call you?
You can call me Macy. My name is Macy, but my name is, obviously my artist name is Mae Mae, and it's just what my family calls me. So whatever you feel comfortable. But yeah, my name is Macy.
Oh, okay. It's I've come to the point, and I've been there for a while, but I hate getting people's names wrong. It's just a phobia, and I just, like, I don't know. It just irks me. So I've gotten good about just saying, hey, what would you like me to call you?
That's really, really great. There have been so many times where I've called people by the wrong name. I've been overly confident, and yeah, it's definitely awkward for sure.
Yeah. And sure, it might be a little bit awkward, but at least the air is cleared, and then, okay, now we're adults and we can continue as such.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
but how is your day going so far?
It's good. It's just busy, like just so much to do for this release. So yeah, just like constantly answering emails and things like that, and just trying to prepare and, like, get people stoked, about the project. So yeah.
When you were starting out in music, and did that whole side of the industry, was that ever on your mind of, oh, well, now I have this song that I wrote, I put everything into it, oh, I have to go pitch it, I have to go promote it, and, like, oh no, I didn't see that coming?
Oh my gosh, it's so much work. Like, especially at the beginning, because I just launched my first EP, kind of like came out as Mae Mae. That's I came out as Mae Mae. This, yeah, at the beginning of this year, really. So a lot of it's pretty new. But yeah, it requires so much freaking work. And, you know, like, I feel like you can't just like post about it. You really gotta like hit the ground running. So, a lot of like, I feel like I've learned a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I'll leave it there.
No, it's just so funny because I went to film school, and there was the notion of, oh, you're a creator. You have a vision. We're gonna cradle that vision, and we're gonna make sure that you reach the peak of your creativity. And then the school changed, and new admin came in, and one admin who I just looked up to very much was just like, I mean, that's cool and all, but now you got to sell it. So let's kind of pivot a little bit because
things you can learn in the studio. That's cool.
Yeah. So again, just he opened up my eyes, and I was just, oh my gosh, that's so true. And I always, I always have such a huge heart, a huge, I don't know, a lot of sympathy for creative people who are just like, hey, I did the work, I put everything into it. Now I have to sell it. And it's just, okay. And that's partly why I'm so happy to just have a podcast where I can talk to those people.
Absolutely. Yeah, I feel like I always say, if I could go back, I did 1 year of school. I did 1 year and 1 day because my second year I went for 1 day and I was like, no, I want to create music, and that's what I did. So, but if I could go back, I would definitely go back and do something in marketing because like it would be so helpful right about now.
What were you going to school originally for?
Oh, nothing specific, really.
Just the basics, or
just the basics because I just wanted to play music. Like that was it. So I was like, I'll figure it out, and I never really got to figure it out. I just decided this is just not worth my time anymore. But yeah, I would have done marketing for sure.
Well, I mean, you made it longer than I did. I went to a community college for half a year. And I was just like, no, I'm done. I'm not going to do this. Why am I taking my basics? I graduated high school. When do I just get to do what I want to do? So yeah, I did, which is fine. I don't look back and say, oh man, if only what happened. I'm just like, no, that just happened. It happened for a good reason. So yeah, no, I'm fine with that.
I'm the same way. So I always like, man, I have so much respect for people too that like just jump off, the idea of being like, oh, I have to go to school and all that. And I just think it's like such a cool, bold thing to do. So
I definitely do think that certain people were meant for school and certain people weren't, And, if somebody's like, ooh, I really want to go to school, you better believe I'm going to support that decision. If the other person's just like, I want to wander around, go travel, I'm like, yeah, go right ahead. Absolutely. Rock on. We're all just living. So why not just exist? Just exist the way you want. Unless it's bad, then don't do that. Don't do that.
Yes, don't do that. Please don't.
But for you, just kind of again talking about school and how you just like wanted to do music. When did that music bug get you?
Really when I graduated high school. It was all I could think about. But I specifically remember hearing Brandy Carlisle for the first time and just feeling like, that was when I was younger, but like, that was like middle of high school. But like when I had heard, I don't remember what record even it was. But I was like, I need to learn how to play guitar. And so that was kind of the beginning of me picking up guitar and, trying to write songs. So, yeah.
And that was all after high school?
No, that was during high school.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So I really like that's all I could focus on. It's like I just want to write songs like Bernie Carlisle, which is funny now because I don't really like sit into the Americana. I don't like, I'm not really in that realm, but she's been such a big influence on even just the way that I sing and the way that I songwrite. She's been like probably the biggest influence in the way that I do things. So,
okay. And when, talking about, doing high school, learning music and all that, how long did it take you to find your particular, the Mae Mae style?
It took a while. I feel like I've made so much music and I've toyed around with so many, oh gosh, I've toyed around with so many sounds. Like when I first tried my hand at making music, I was just an acoustic, and then it kind of turned into like more soulful. And then and then I learned what it was to like, oh, like I can go and mess around on my computer and make stuff like, okay, cool. So like it took a while, but I feel like what's been really helpful for me is just kind of going back to the basics of the way that I naturally talk and write. And that has always been a theme. And no matter what kind of music I've written, I've always sort of had this way of putting my lyrics together. And like my melodies are pretty similar. And so I've always stuck to that theme. But as far as my sound goes, it took a while for me to find, and it's always evolving. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I try to keep those like core pieces of myself within everything that I do, which is, easy because it's me. So,
right. So do you, when you listen back, like, hey, I don't want to assume that you listen back to your previous work and nobody else's work, but when you do, like, I want to go down memory lane, do you ever just, do you still relate to that person, or do you just go, woo, I'm glad they're back there. I'm glad I'm here and they're back there.
No, so this is funny because now I really feel like I want to go listen to my old music, but I don't have like because I put it all on CDs. Like that was what
what is a CD? I'm young. What is that?
But I honestly need to go put it in my car or something. Actually, maybe I'll do that after this interview, because I do know that like I like my music, my old music. I like it more now than I did even before. Actually, that's how I feel about it.
Oh no, sorry, go on.
No, it's like a fun, like, I don't know. It's like the building blocks of what is now. Like I don't know. I really appreciate it. I used to think like, oh man, this is trash. Now I'm like, man, that was so good. Like, dang.
Do you kind of want, and again, I haven't listened to, the CD stuff, but does part of you want to be like, you know what, maybe I can find something there and update it to, who I am now?
I have thought about that actually. I don't know. I'm always writing, so I try to like not stay on ideas for too long. And like anytime I decide like, okay, I'm gonna make a new project, I don't really go back to anything old. But I have thought about like, what would it be like to kind of dig into some of my older songs, because there's some really cool songs, and I'm like, damn, like I feel like this would really come full circle if I were to release it. You know what I mean? Like in my category now, and like, I mean, in my catalog, I mean, I think it would fit really nicely. So I don't know. I think about it.
I mean, the nice thing is it's always there for you. So
yeah, for sure.
Do you, and talking about writing music, because I'm always fascinated with writers and people who pour everything into it. Has there ever been a time where you've written something, maybe you're getting something off your chest, or just writing something so personal that you were just like, I can't share this with anybody?
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. I wish I go back and forth.
Mm,
Sometimes, with the way that media or like just social media is right now and all the different platforms, I've wondered if it would be beneficial to like start sharing a little bit more of that stuff,
mm,
just for the sake of content. But then I'm like, but why would I just share things for the sake of the shape, And so there's that.
right.
Um, the battle of an artist. Like, should I put too much out? But yeah, there's definitely so many songs like that where I'm just, yeah, I didn't have much of a goal behind it. It was, it just was what it was. There's not a lot of form to it. It's just very free
Hmm.
and all that, but I still love it the same. So
Yeah, however you want to do it. I know that the name of the game is content creation these days, but I mean, obviously, you are you are a person. So whatever you want to do, and
yeah,
everyone else can deal with it. That's what I say.
exactly. Right.
And just kind of going back, you mentioned that you released an album. Was it?
Yes.
It was this
It
year.
was an EP.
Oh, it
Yeah, it
was an
was an
EP.
EP. Um, my first one, and yeah, the release was pretty cool. Um, and so like now during that whole process too, like I pretty much started another project in the middle of that project. So I'm like preparing to release it, but also I started making it like right when COVID started. So
Mm,
that obviously gave me lots of time to get things done. Um, and it kind of just it worked out, and it's exciting because I'm getting to release the start of the other project before the year is up, which feels really cool and
mhm.
full circle again. So, um, yeah.
That was going to be the next question. Was it something born in COVID or pre-COVID or wherever we are at with COVID right now?
Yeah,
Um,
right, smack dab, right when COVID started. Um, so luckily, the guy that I worked on it with, his name is Adam Castilla.
Mhm.
He actually he lived in a house walking distance from me. So we kind of got to like, obviously make sure like everything was good to go as far as safety, but it actually made for like a really cool process of making an EP, and same thing with the new music. Like, obviously we kind of times have changed and
Mhm.
things have gotten a lot better, but that first EP, like, I don't know, it's really special. The time that it came, I think it felt really long,
Mhm.
but now I look back and I'm like, that was like pretty a crazy time I'm never gonna forget. And that was my first EP.
Mhm.
Um, to putting out my first EP, like that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
It's amazing, and again, not to romanticize the entire pandemic, but
no,
um,
absolutely.
it was just a wild time for everyone. But I meet so many people just were able to look at themselves, reevaluate, mix things up, things like that. Did you notice that,
Absolutely.
like your writing process was that? Did you notice a change? Like before and during
Before,
COVID.
yeah. My writing process, yeah, I would say it changed uh, quite a bit. But some of that I would say is from COVID, and then some of that is just working with a new person.
Mm,
So, yeah, I had never worked with Adam before, and it was super collaborative. Like I said, like when I start a project, like I try to just come in fresh,
mm,
and that's what I did with this one. So I was really used to writing on guitar when I before I met Adam, and then a lot of the new stuff just really started from bass. Like that was kind of the first time where I was like, felt this shift, which was really cool because from then to now, a lot of my stuff has moved into a lot more like pretty much almost everything is real drums and more into that sort of band sounding, live sounding thing. Whereas before it was a little bit like, I'm just working with what I got. I don't know how to play the drums. And I can't afford a drummer. So cool. Like we're just gonna we're gonna make music. And now it's kind of like moved and, it's cool. I really, really love the arc of where everything is going. And, yeah, I just think it's really cool.
And so would it be safe to assume that your next arc, you're going to keep like the trombone in mind, the French horn, like you're going to go through all the instruments for inspiration? Is this what I'm hearing?
I don't know about all of the trombone. I don't know about that. With this like next project with Peach, right? So Peach is releasing in 2 days. I don't know when you're going to air this, but on October 6th is when my next single releases. And that's the start of my entire next EP, which is 6 songs. And it's a lot of, like real bass, strings. I loved having the freaking strings on those. A lot of upright piano. I went less synthy this time, but there still is synth in there. Guitar, all of it. It's fun. Bass, But like maybe I'll use the trombone later.
I'm just saying. Look, I don't want to say the podcast is primarily trombone listeners, but I mean, if you say trombone's going to influence your next EP, they're going to be happy. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, well, I do love some horns, so maybe that's what's next. It's funny because, like, actually, I've used horns in like previous recordings of music that I've done, so it would be cool to bring that stuff back out for sure.
There we go. There you go. The trombone listeners, don't worry. Don't worry, everybody. It's okay. No, so I mean, just kind of going in this kind of this new. I don't want to say new step, but this next evolution of your musical career. And obviously, again, the album's coming out or the EP's coming out soon. But was there a song that you're looking forward to people hearing?
Gosh, okay, so. I genuinely, like, I'm not just saying this, like every song, that's so genuine. Now maybe as far as my favorite, I'll just say Peach right now because that's the next one out.
Yeah. And I was listening to that and I was just, I was listening to it earlier, like a couple, when I was first sent info on you and I was just like, ooh, this is fun. This is nice. I like this. And I really am excited to see, or I guess to listen to more of what you got. Because, I went back and I listened to the previous EP, Gummy Hard Eyes. And I was just like, okay. But hearing that you are just kind of, again, we're all humans. We naturally shift differently. Hearing something different from you, that's, while still similar, just, your toolbox is getting bigger, I guess I should say.
Yeah. And that obviously was very intentional. Like, I'm assuming you felt like it was sort of still in line with what I did on my last record. I wanted to kind of keep it all together, but also, I'm always changing. And like, even what I'm releasing now, I'm thinking, okay, like this is what's next for me. And so like, how are we going to tie this in? So yeah.
Nice. And so for the people at home who would like to check out the EP when it's out, follow you online. I saw you have a Discord, all that stuff. Where can they do all that?
So they can I give you like a link, or you can like follow? Is there like one specific link that you're asking for, or I
No,
don't know
you
how
can you can say like as many as you want. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, follow. I just started my Discord community, really, for Peach. I'm really excited because, I mean, this is probably going to come out later, but we're doing like a viewing party of the music video, actually tomorrow night before the single comes out, where we'll watch the music video before it comes out. So just stuff like that I'm probably going to be doing in the future. So if you want to join it, you can go on my Instagram, which is Mae Mae Music, and follow the link in my bio, and then you can find all the things like merch, which I also, for the last EP, I made vinyl records, which I'm selling. I'm like super stoked about the way that those turned out. Yeah, so I got merch, all those things. But if you follow my Instagram, you can find it all pretty much in one place at Mae Mae Music. So
perfect. How much of a delight was it to have like your music on vinyl?
On vinyl?
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, actually, it's a funny story because when I got it pressed, obviously you have to get it pressed a certain way. You have to master it, like specifically, these are just things that I had to learn a new process. I didn't even know these things. So I had it set to a certain, I could have pressed a certain way that wasn't set correctly on my vinyl. And also my record player, is sort of a newer one. So the timing on it was a little bit off. And I actually had to go in and like open it up and like unscrew it and like watch a YouTube video at it and mess with it to make it the right tempo. But everything was double time when I started it, and I realized I had it on the wrong setting. So I had a little mini panic attack because here I am with all these vinyl records and I had waited to get them back. And it's this whole like lengthy process of like getting it designed and like going through the lyric sheets and making sure everything looks good and like getting it mastered. Like it's a lot of work. And making sure like everything is correct for the company that does it. And I'm like, oh my God, I sent them double time of what I which is wrong. I just had it on the wrong setting. But yeah, I thought that was really funny when I first got it. Kind of a nightmare.
Yeah, look, it's. Yeah, I get what you're saying. There's some times where I'll be listening to an album and I'll be like, is this on the right speed? And I'll just kind of play around with it because I'm just like, I don't know. It sounds better faster? I don't know. Yeah. So, I get it. I get the toggling between, the speeds. So you're okay. It's good.
Thanks. I needed that. Feeling so ashamed of it.
No. You're fine. I remember it was probably like an Arcade Fire album that I was just like, why is this sound different? And then it was just, flip the switch. Okay, it's fine. We're all good. We're good here, people. Thank you so much for chatting with me. Anytime you want to come back, just say the words. I'd be happy to have you back.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, but I'll let you go. Keep, being creative and keep staying safe and healthy, okay?
You as well.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Chris. Bye.